What's up, guys? I'm Garrett, and I'm just sitting here having a beer and a discussion with myself. So I may not put this out because it may not be socially appropriate. But anyway, this is something that I like to do where I discuss with you guys about some things that are weighing on my mind once in a while. And this usually spurs from questions that I get from either clients or potential clients, people inquiring about information and advice on ritual magic. So one of the most common questions and things that I get asked about is love magic. Okay, now I offer a love spell that I do for my clients through my website, www.jsgarrett.com. And I also offer that same love spell on www.becomealivinggod.com. Figure I might as well go ahead and plug that shit now, because I'm not going to remember at the end of the video. But anyway, all right, so love magic. Okay, first of all, what out of the three things that draw people to the occult, to doing spell work, black magic, things like that, it is wealth, love, and revenge. Okay, those are the number three things that draw people to learning this stuff, to learning the occult practices. So it only makes sense that those are a lot of the questions that I get. I want to start by saying that love magic is the most complex form of magic, period. Especially the most complex form of magic to perform on someone else's behalf. Why? Because there are so many different factors there when you're dealing with love spells, okay? So a lot of people think that love spells are evil and that they are manipulating people into doing things that they would not normally do. But I'll say that when it comes to a person, what is it that attracts people to other people? Okay, if you're a woman, typically it's your looks. If you're a man, it's not only your looks, but your money, your attitude, your charisma, and your power, your clout, your ability to fucking exercise your authority upon humanity, whether it's through magic or political power, or anything else, having money, so okay, so if a guy is not that good looking but he has lots of money, then that kind of diminishes the not so good looking a little bit and makes that man more desirable. Okay, the same thing can be true for a woman. But what I'm saying is, if that man's money is a factor in making him desirable, then that man's magic, his personal magic and power, if he utilizes magic, should also be a factor in making that man desirable and worthy of that woman. Okay, so if you have the ability to seduce somebody through your words, or seduce somebody through your money and your accomplishments and the things that you can give them, or any other means of seducing somebody, then the ability to seduce somebody magically are equal to those things. There's nothing wrong with that at all. There's really nothing wrong with that at all. Whether I'm a gifted spellcaster or a billionaire, either way, if you can convince that person to want you, you're just as worthy as you would be with money or with the ability to seduce magically. And your ability to seduce magically is no different than your looks or your suave in the way you speak, your charisma, the way, singing, whatever it is that makes you attractive. Your magic is a part of that, because your magic is a part of you. So fuck all the people that say love spells are evil and that we shouldn't use love magic to gain a relationship. That's bullshit, and I'll call them on that bullshit every fucking time, okay? So anyway, aside from that, it's time to talk about realistic possibilities when performing love magic. Now, I've already got the relationship that I've always wanted, so I don't perform love magic for myself unless it's on that woman. But I do perform quite a few love spells on behalf of others. And I'll say that love magic can only help you to a certain extent. It's just like your money or your good looks or anything like that. It's only going to help you so far if you're an undesirable person to be with. Okay? So most of the clients that I get are either married couples who are trying to improve their relationship, or couples that have separated that are trying to get back together and fix their relationship, or they are people who have simply never found that special someone, and they're hiring me to perform a ritual to bring them love in general, to help them find, put them on the path of synchronicity to meet that special someone and develop that relationship. Okay, those are ideally the best ways to use love magic. Now, I also get the type of client that is trying to seduce someone to come to them against their will, okay, to the point where they're almost like a stalker at this point. All right, so those cases don't typically work out for people if you're misusing this. And I am no one to say whether or not you're misusing it. That's up to each person to decide and be the judge of, because right and wrong is a matter of opinion and perception. Okay, I'm not the one you have to convince. The one you have to convince is the spirits that you are summoning in order to perform this love magic. Now, I work primarily with Astarte, I work with Froglatash, I work with several, I'm not even going to name several other entities that specialize in love and romance. And I typically, for each case, I will commune with the spirits and see which one is best suited to help them with that particular case based on their special abilities. So, something to keep in mind. I was getting a little off track there, but it's important to be realistic in your expectations from these types of rituals. Like, if I were a single guy, I might be tempted to put a love spell on Lindsay Sterling and then, go to one of her concerts and get a backstage pass and hope that it works and she falls in love with me. All right, that's a typical fantasy for people to have. They want to do love magic to seduce their favorite celebrity or someone who is so far out of their league that it's an absolute absurdity. Okay, you can put a love spell on your favorite celebrity or your favorite supermodel, and they might just have dreams about making love to you. They might think that you're super attractive for some reason when they meet you, and they might be drawn to you even if they don't think you're super attractive. You can influence somebody, but that's about it. It's a really powerful influence. Now, there are love spells that will turn people into zombies and make them do whatever you want, and those almost always backfire and result in something terrible, like death of the target that you place the spell on. It drives them so crazy they will bring about their own death through a means of desperation. And what I'm going for when I do love magic is to create a real, long-lasting, loving relationship between two people, or 3 people, or 10 people, whatever it is that you're into and your lifestyle allows, I guess. But so with all that being said, it needs to be a realistic situation. All right, if you are casting a love spell or having someone else cast a love spell on another person for you, and that person is married, or that person has absolutely no desire to be with you whatsoever, then you can manifest through that love spell, you can manifest feelings of attraction. You can cause them to dream about you. You can cause them to think about you late at night when they're masturbating and no one else is around and can't get off, and you are the image and the thought that brings them to orgasm, and they'll think, wow, that's weird because I'm not into this person at all, but something about that person just triggered my kundalini chakra. You can do those things with love spells, okay, but it's not going to force the person to act on those impulses. You can make a woman dream about you all that you want, and she's never going to jump your bones if you're a big fat stinky motherfucker that won't take a bath, or vice versa. Like, you have to do your part in manifesting relationships, which means you can petition the spirits and perform rituals with the spirits to help you manifest love. But if you won't take a fucking bath, and you won't leave your mother's basement to go out and meet a girl, or you don't have the balls to walk up and tell a girl or guy that you are attracted to them and actually ask them on a date, then Love Magick's not going to do a fucking thing for you, okay? It's just not. You have to be willing to meet the spirits halfway. You have to have realistic expectations, and you have to be willing to do your part in manifesting and then maintaining a relationship. A love spell is not going to do it all for you. If you're a fucking stalker and you've given this person the creeps and they can't stand the very thought or sight of you, and you do a love spell on them, then yeah, they might have some dreams about you and they might get some type of weird sexual attraction for you, but deep down, they're going to know you're a fucking stalker and a crazy person, and they're going to stay the fuck away from you no matter what kind of magic you put on them. So it's important to be realistic. If you're a stalker and an asshole and a tormentor, then this probably isn't going to work out for you, at least not the love spell that I do. If you're looking for genuine love, companionship, and a long-lasting, loving relationship, then I absolutely can help you. I might not be able to bring you the specific person that you want, because we always want that which we can't have, but something that is realistic for you. And as far as a person who will love, honor, and cherish you for the rest of your life, I can absolutely do that for you. And it's important to keep these goals and this realism in mind whenever you're doing love magic, whether you're having a person perform it on your behalf or whether you're doing it yourselves. Like, keep it realistic, people, and keep it sensible. And if somebody's married or something like that, and just because you do a love spell doesn't necessarily mean they're just going to get divorced tomorrow and come knock your door down. No, it may very well cause real problems in that person's relationship, and they may or may not separate. And even when they do separate, they may or may not decide to be with you. So love magic can only do so much. You got to meet it halfway. The physical has to match the metaphysical in every single situation. If you do a money spell, then you've got to put forth the work and effort in order to make that money. The spell creates the opportunity, okay, to make that money. Same thing with love magic. The spell will create that opportunity, that window for you to make that happen. But if you fuck it up after the fact, or if you decided not to bathe that week and they can't stand the smell of you, then no magic's going to help you, okay? So all you have to do is meet the spirits halfway. You pick a realistic goal, you make yourself desirable, and then you put yourself out there in order to find what you are desiring in that relationship. That is best advice I can give anyone, and that's really all I have to say about that. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm J.S. Garrett. Hail the Infernal Empire.